Alrighty then, back once again with another reaction. This time it's RWBY Volume 4, Chapter 3 of Runaways and Stowaways, which, unless you're an idiot, you can probably guess that this is a Blake and Sun episode. So obviously, even though Blake ran away, Sun tracked her down because he's kind of got a thing for her, and, you know, fellow Faunus, he understands the struggle she's been through. They got some nice interaction in Volume 1, and we saw he was able to make her blush in the tournament, but like Rarity Dash, I am an avid Bumblebee shipper. Although, I won't be upset if that never happens. I just want Blake and Yang to clear up the misunderstanding as soon as possible, because Yang has no idea why Blake took off, and that's part of what's eating her up inside. They got very close after burning the candle. You know, it's a shame to see things go the way they have, because Yang, like, jumped straight into danger to try and save Blake. She was enraged to see her get stabbed by Adam, and then the betrayal she must have felt by Blake up and disappearing after she went through that. So it's going to be very tense when they meet up again. I wouldn't be surprised if we had some kind of emotional Luffy versus Usopp kind of confrontation, like Blake versus Yang. That would be cruel, but it might also be one of the best fights in the series. Who knows? Anyway, I'm getting off track. I want to mention that there are some things I missed in the previous episode that I am now aware of, like the symbol on the ground in the ruined village. Ren and Nora paid special attention to it, so as some other reactors have suggested, I'm very sure that that ties into the supposed death of their parents. It might even be, you know, the same bandit clan, which is why they recognise the symbol. So it must also be related to the village Ren wanted to get out to when they were shadowing huntsmen. So I assume at some point we will be getting Ren and Nora's backstory, whether it's in this volume or a future one, I don't know. Yeah, I know that from the World of Remnant videos that Crow's narrating, there is Menagerie, and there is an episode called Menagerie, so I am going to assume that that's where Blake has fled. I mean, she could be somewhere else before going there, but an episode with Blake in the middle picture had Menagerie as a title, so whether that's where she is right now or not, I know that's where she's going to end up. So, yeah, it must be a good place to hide because it's not, you know, recognised as any of the four main kingdoms. So I imagine it's like some sort of outlawed badland or something, a bit like wherever Salem, Cinder and all that are residing. Some say it's that dragon-like continent up in the top left of the map that, you know, wasn't labelled as a kingdom either. So yeah. So we've seen how Team Ranger is getting along. We've seen how Weiss is getting along. Now we're going to see how Blake and Sun, as an extension, are getting along. And I'm very interested to see how much of her self-confidence she has recovered after that big scare that Adam gave her. Especially when he talked about destroying all people close to her and stuff. I don't think she'd want to have Sun around. And even in the opening, she's like a bit surprised when he hugs her, but she doesn't look comfortable. Like, this isn't okay. Like she's having a lot of doubt. And then it seemed to lift her spirits a bit more when her family, what I imagine to be her family, stepped into the picture and Sun is off to the side, left out. Like, yeah, that's kind of how it would go. But then she got this look of concern on her face as it shifts to Yang, which shows that she's still feeling so guilty about that. Oh. And that's what's extra tragic about Yang and Blake's situation. They're both angry and hurt for two very different reasons. Blake is guilty and angry at herself for what she perceives to be her own troubles catching up with her and causing a casualty of her friend. and ran away to protect her, while Yang feels the hurt and betrayal. It wasn't really a betrayal, she was trying to protect you, but you don't know that. And oh, it's a big mess that hopefully gets patched up very warmly. So, yeah. What else did I get made aware of? That was it. The 7 dwarves significance of the butler with multiple personalities. You see, when he was sneezing, I didn't think Sneezy, the dwarf, I thought he was still imitating how cold the room was. You know, he said, you know, it's cold in there because of all the hot air he lets out. And then I thought he was sneezing to imitate her father alone in the cold. Yeah, that was my train of thought. But anyway, we are going to get started with this episode right about now. I'm on a boat! I'm on a boat! Take a good hard look at the mother flipping boat! You need to look happier for someone who's on a boat.
Now. No,
it's Captain Birdseye!
Here to chat.
And why is that?
Well, not many people travel by boat on their own. It can be quite a lonely voyage. But
well, yeah.
Those that do tend to have the more interesting stories.
Maybe it's just better for some people to be alone.
I love the animation. Oh my gosh.
Maybe.
I love how smooth and expressive it is.
A few friendly faces wouldn't hurt.
Who says I'm paranoid?
No one, dear. No one. I'll leave you be. But, fair warning. These trips can be awfully boring.
So I'm gonna guess that Sun is stowing away on this ship. You couldn't run away from him forever. He's tracked you down.
Won't be needing this.
So it seems like with her cold attitude towards the sea captain, she's shut herself off. She needs Sun to warm her up again. Or so it would seem. Ooh, sea monster! Wow, I didn't expect to see... Okay. I've missed you.
With no end in sight. Try as they might, the local huntsmen and huntresses can't seem to get a hold of the situation.
It makes sense that both of them would show up in the same episode.
Wireless communication within the kingdom. The loss of the CCT tower.
They're both dealing with their own forms of guilt.
Talks with Atlas officials regarding repairs have so far.
The Vale Council voted this week to continue to ban any air traffic that does not have a direct correlation with evacuation. Council has made it clear that they feel that
multiple rumors continue to
Jeez.
who was behind the attacks at the Vital Festival tournament.
Where is the Yang that was so full of life?
Officials have confirmed that high-ranking White Fang member Adam Taurus was present for the attack. Any and all attempts to bring him into custody have been met with brutal force.
Brutal force!
Hey, Dad.
Guess what came in today?
Boxers. They're my favorite.
I can't wait for you to try this.
Is it an Xbox? Go on then, open it.
Well?
It's a metal arm.
For me?
For you and you only.
Open it, 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 open it. Ah! Full Metal Yankomist. I tried.
You know, I thought I was going to have to pull some strings, call in a few favors, but you were in this one all on your own, kiddo.
Huh?
So I guess it isn't too late.
General Ironwood already had one of his top scientists working on this.
People suspected Ironwood
He
would...
wanted me to
Yes!
tell you that you fought admirably. You should be proud of yourself. Well, you gonna try it on?
I'm not feeling too great right now.
For
Maybe
admirably... Or the only thing of significance being jumping into a sword slash.
All right.
Although her reason for doing so was admirable, don't get me wrong, but I know that she wouldn't feel like she's earned anything.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah, you need... Both these characters need breaking out of their funks. That is the theme we're going with here, I'm quite sure. It doesn't feel right seeing Yang like this. She is broken and she needs fixing. PTSD, yep. The opening predicted as much. It's a very delicate thing to deal with. I mean, I don't know anyone with PTSD personally, but can only imagine. I have a feeling she needs a good talking to from a certain uncle. But hints so far show that he's shadowing RWBY, so... And I'm calling it that the hooded figure is Sun. I should have said that the first time it showed up. Okay then. It's time for a boss battle.
By the gods.
Wow. Guess what? We can check off the list. Because it sure as hell counts.
We've never seen something this big. But we'll give her a fight nonetheless.
I like you. Let's see your improvements. I liked using the cloner's momentum. Oh. This thing looks like it would make a great Sea Serpent Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Hold steady, men.
On.
It's not done with us yet. Get the heavy cannon loaded.
This ship is surprisingly well equipped. I guess this is the world they live in, so it makes sense. That is even cooler. I love the wings.
Heavy cannon, open fire.
Now it's too agile.
Hey!
Here comes Hyper Beam.
Son?
Yep.
Not today, pal.
What are you doing?
Hanging out.
Oh, you goof. Yeah, a fall from that height would make the ocean surface like concrete.
My hero.
You're not supposed to be here.
Yeah? Well, it looks like you can use all that.
Line of the episode.
Ugh. Just shut up and fight.
Ah. Are you actually going to get up?
Still got the heavy cannon?
Aye, but it's moving too fast.
Where's the rest of your team, though?
How about the engines?
You wouldn't just ditch your bro Neptune, would you?
Well, all right then.
So it's got some sort of anti-electrical property.
If you can clip its wings and draw it out towards the bow, we can take it.
I mean, you're the one with the swords.
Hmm.
Now or never.
This is cool. Return the favor of being stood on. I love this teamwork choreography. That was cool. I like that subtle cat turning to land on her feet thing.
This is the part where you say it.
You got it bad, dude. I really hope that they make another RWBY game that incorporates Volume 4. Because that right there, what they were doing, would make a pretty good level. As part of the boss fight. And that ship does have a good weapon. Alright.
Up top.
I'm impressed that they're not helpless. It was just a little bit too agile.
Seriously, it was no big deal. Just enjoy the rest of your trip and everything will be cool. We got this.
So,
You'd think they'd never seen a fight before.
What are you doing here, son?
Digging the new outfit, by the way. Never did like the bow.
Son! Have you been following me?
well, if you don't want to use the word stalking...
The night Beacon Tower fell. Once we landed in Vale, you made sure everyone was okay, and then you just took off without saying anything.
I had to. You wouldn't understand.
No, I get it. The moment you left, I knew exactly what you were doing. You're going on a one-woman rampage against the White Fang!
What?
You
No,
always
she's
felt
running
like
away.
Fight. They show up, trash your school, hurt your friends. It makes perfect sense.
I can't believe you.
But there's no way I'm letting you do this alone. It's an honorable approach for sure, but you're gonna need someone watching your back. And that's where I come in. Us Fauna's gotta stick together after all.
You're wrong, son. You're so wrong.
What do you...
I'm not going anywhere near the White Fang. Not yet.
Seriously?
I need
If
to
that
search
was
the
her
town.
immediate thought, she'd want Team
Why not
RWBY
stick
with her for
your
a
team?
start.
You're friends.
You're one to talk. Assuming Neptune Stage and Scarlet aren't hiding below deck.
You really think I could get Neptune on the ocean?
That is a good point,
Go back
I must
to
admit.
Mistral. I told him I'd catch up. Not the first time I left him to take a boat.
Hey, when we first met you.
So, if you're not going after the White Fang, where are you going?
Menagerie.
Home. To Menagerie.
So that is her family.
Well, I'm coming with you. The Grimm are getting
Her
worse
face.
yourself. And just because you're not going after the Fang doesn't mean they won't be coming for you. Besides, I'm
That is a good point.
already on the boat.
There's really no stopping you.
Nope. This is gonna be great.
She should have pushed him off.
It'll be a regular journey to the east. Yeah,
Ha! I get
I
it.
like the sound of that.
Oh, checking back in with these guys. Yes, please.
Do you feel it? Don't fight it, girl.
Well, close your eyes and imagine a different
Sense
context.
accusation. You must make it dread you.
That sound kind of reminds me of clickers in The Last of Us. Those two... Emerald constantly has a look on her face now that says, I didn't sign up for this. What is this crazy shit? Oh, wow.
Cinder, I am going to ask you this one more time, and I expect a clear answer. Did you kill Ozpin?
No.
No! I want to hear you say it. Yes.
Oh, good job. Though, is that a lie detector?
Reinforce our numbers at Beacon. The relic is there.
Relic. She does not look comfortable anymore.
What are you planning?
Interesting. Also, does that count as a jellyfish grim? I suppose it doesn't matter because we've already checked off aquatic grim. And I guess we also got Blake Angst as well, because, you know, that's a whole reason for running away. And she wants to go home, which you would after a traumatic event. That's understandable as well, but... Yeah, as I said earlier in the episode, I appreciate that we got a dual look at the way what happened is affecting Blake and Yang respectively, and how they both have their solutions delivered to them, as in the robotic arm and Sun himself, but they don't want to accept it straight away. They're still locked within their own trouble, and they want to shut everything else out. And I think that's an amazing parallel, really. And I'm sure that on the road to recovery, we might get similar parallels on their way back. It's very cool artistic choice. You know, storytelling, or however you want to say it. Yeah, the Sun himself is the same goofy kid we've always known. I love the teamwork that they did with the clones and apparitions and stuff, and that Seagrim looked so cool. As I said, that would make a pretty badass boss in, you know, another RWBY game, like one of those typical fight the serpent on the deck of a boat kind of levels. Yeah, very good, very good. I'm interested to find out how soon Yang will fit her arm. You know, depends how long it takes her to get back into the right mindset. But she's still quite clearly PTSD'd from what happened, and that was a very powerful way of showing that when she dropped the glass, and just that sudden sharp noise made her recoil. That's strong. I like that. Not that it happened to her, but... and that was nothing short of intriguing at the end, with how there's some doubt cast over whether Cinder really killed Ozpin, and if she's just lying about it. Now, at first, I thought they were putting that pressure on her because that creature would be able to tell if she was lying or not, yet it didn't go off or anything, or when she said yes, unless it won't reveal right away, and she knows that Cinder is lying, and it's just a matter of when to spring that on her. I don't know if there's some sort of double cross going to come into play at some point, or if Cinder believes she killed Ozpin, which is why it thinks she's telling the truth, but he actually survived somehow. I do not know. I haven't the slightest clue. We weren't privy to what happened down below the school, so everyone is in the dark until we're directly shown what happened. I just think it's interesting that Salem seems to be doubting Cinder's version of events. So we'll have to see where that goes, but yeah, on the whole, this was very enjoyable. I think the thing I most appreciated about this episode was what I've said several times already, the Blake and Yang connection and parallel. So, now, I know that this... I know from like seeing a screen cap, and we've seen 3 out of 4. I know that the next episode is going to focus on Yang for the most part, and I assume we might also get some more of Blake. Like how this was mostly Blake, but we've got some of Yang. I think we'll get mostly Yang and some of Blake next time to draw more parallels as we go along. So, yeah, I'm very much enjoying myself. I'm really glad that I waited before the volume was over, before watching these, because as of now it is over, so I'm trying to watch these as fast as I can. Naturally though, not rushing myself, for quality over quantity after all, but I know Star Versus is coming back soon, like very, very, very soon, in a couple of days even, so I want to get RWBY done and enjoyed and appreciated, don't get me wrong, so then I'm ready to keep up to date with Star as it's coming out. 2017 is being very generous, leading in from the tail end of 2016, because I've had a bunch of stuff to watch. The MLP ended, but then I caught up on some Abridged series, and then it was time to do Star Versus, and that lasted into early this month. And then I caught up on Death Battles, and now I'm doing this, and then I'll be able to go back to Star again, and MLP is going to be coming back in spring, so it's been really good for a constant stream of content to keep me entertained, and I love it. I love entertainment. And RWBY is one of the most entertaining things going. I'm so intrigued and pulled in by the story and the characters, and I figured I'd just appreciate it more not having to wait every week for a new episode. I could just watch it all. And that is what I am intending to do, because I am loving it and do not want to be kept waiting. So, on that note, I shall be seeing you guys next time.